This is exciting.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Look at that episode. You know what it says? I haven't shown you yet.
No.
Do you know what number we're on?
Oh, mate.
Of course he knows what
Triple
number we're on.
digits. Y'all know.
Honey.
One honey. Let's go.
All right.
Can you believe we made
back.
it? Should we get straight into my prop?
Yeah, let's get into the prop.
All right.
Because
you have to take the lead for a sec as well.
I'm quite
Sort
excited.
this
I
out.
don't have a prop. I'm sorry, dude.
I brought a prop.
We're on episode 100. That means we're on TRC 100. We've done 100 episodes of this.
Use the bag.
Is that bad sound? Yeah, that's got to be
real bad. Right, okay, I got 4 mixing glasses.
Are we drinking? Yeah.
Yeah, we're having one. And there's 4 of us.
This could change it forever, couldn't it? If it just turned into
Are you okay with just one little drink?
No, I feel like we need to drink loads now.
Okay, all right. Well, we can do what we want. So I thought we'd celebrate, mate. Episode 100. We got to 100, and I think you've got to mark these occasions with a little tipple.
Agreed.
Little tipple.
What's it going to be? AG1?
What's Imagine. We're going to have a protein shake.
Pink Supps
I got us
protein
a nice.
Oh, mate, well done.
A nice Buffalo Trace
Good on
whiskey,
What's
you know?
that, then? Let's have a look.
I don't know. It's what Joe Rogan drinks, so I figured.
Right, so is it for real? Yeah.
Yeah, for the algorithm.
Oh, we're so
we do the same.
podcasty. Right, so it says Buffalo Trace, Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey. The ancient paths of countless buffalo led America westward. Legendary explorers, pioneers, and settlers alike followed these trails known as traces through rugged wilderness, in rugged Jonathan Ross wilderness, to new lands, new adventures, and newfound freedom. I don't know what any of that's got to do with
No,
whiskey,
but it sets a tone.
I'm excited.
It sets a tone.
Yeah.
It sets a tone, doesn't
Did
it?
we put
For
ice in whiskey? Or was that for?
I was gonna say we should.
Sissy lalas,
yeah,
isn't
sissy
it?
lalas.
Yeah.
And Coke. Like we don't need to do any of that. So we can do.
Doug wants ice.
Doug wants the Scot over there is like whiskey. Huh?
What's the difference between bourbon and Scotch whiskey then? Is there?
So.
Is that a whole episode? Is it? Is it like the barrel or something?
It's like
Is it? Oh,
it's peat,
God,
isn't it?
I don't need.
Like Scottish stuff's like peaty, isn't it, and stuff. Whereas it's yeah.
Oh, mate, so I really messed up saying that. Oh, there's gonna be people screaming at the.
We'll do a whiskey episode one day.
Will we?
Maybe.
Dude, I tell you what.
Here's...
I tried for a long time when I was younger.
Yeah.
On a couple of things, just because. And I don't know if it's something I should be embarrassed about. I like just the aesthetic, right?
Mate,
I like the aesthetic.
This is so me as well.
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the aesthetic of whiskey.
Yeah.
And I like the aesthetic of cigars. And
So me.
I don't do things. I didn't do it by half. I ordered whiskey. I always ordered whiskey. I was doing a lot of like hotels, a lot of like traveling around. I'd sit.
Right, you'd have a whiskey. Yeah.
Dude, I would sit and have whiskey on my own at a hotel bar. Because I like the aesthetic.
So, mate, you're so me. That is exactly how I am with it. But I
it's so
don't like
pathetic.
it.
No, I can't make myself like it. And the same goes for cigars. I've had cigars on my own, dude.
Wow, that's gnarly.
I've seen, I remember there was a roller over the road from my house. Like a big grass roller at my parents' house.
Yeah.
So I'm living at my parents'.
Yeah.
You know, like guys that smoke cigars don't live at their parents', right? There's nothing wrong with living with your parents, but you're not like, you know what I mean? It's like an oxymoron. It's like
cigar is associated with success, I'd say, a little bit, which is what you're trying to project on the world.
Which is, but I hadn't thought of it like that. And I'd sat on the roller. I saw the roller. I knew I wanted to smoke a cigar on it, and I sat on the roller and I smoked a cigar.
That's so cool.
And I used to smoke cigars all the time, like just on my own, just thinking. Oh, look,
I think I do the same thing. I often think, I really want to have something. At night, I like to wind down.
Yeah.
I like to have something now, and I don't know what it is yet. I haven't found that vice that I actually like.
Yeah.
I think with whiskey, I just love, same as you, man. I've never thought about it like that, but I love the aesthetic of having it.
Yeah.
I like the little glass. See how I bought the nice glasses, which
glass is nice.
people are
It's
going to
part
roast
of it,
for,
right?
right? It's probably not the right glasses. They're probably not whiskey glasses. They're not moving or tumblers and stuff.
We've already messed it up for the whiskey.
Already screwed it up for the whiskey massive, but I love the idea of just having it. And I've been through a few different whiskies now. I got a bottle of whiskey for my birthday, which one of my friends bought me, which was a Jameson. And I wouldn't say I liked it, but I liked doing it.
Yeah.
It's the thing of doing it. It's like the sitting and the pouring, the sit. It's like coffee.
So this one's a fancy one, is it?
It's okay.
Okay, so what's this one meant to taste like? What are the notes? What's it meant to be like?
Let's have a look.
I'm intrigued.
No, I want to know as well, man, because and the reason I went with bourbon probably, is because I've noticed over the years I don't like English whiskey, like Scottish whiskey. I don't like peaty.
Racist,
I don't like, thank you. I don't like the dry stuff. Whereas I feel like, and with this, we had a candle in our house a while ago. It was vanilla bourbon, and I really liked it. So,
mate, that is the chances of this tasting like that candle smell of Slim and None.
Slim and None. But I thought Rogan always buys Buffalo Trace. He's always banging on about how good it is for the money. So I thought,
so it's not mental one. Yeah, you can get really expensive whiskey.
Yeah, you can really go at it. They do a creamy one of these, which I thought that's a real bit of me, but they didn't have that. So
like milk one.
It's creamy. Yeah, it's like vanilla cream whiskey.
It looks milk like Bailey's.
Oh yeah, maybe. I don't know. It was in a black bottle when I saw it, but they didn't have that one. So we just went with a standard Buffalo Trace, and I thought we'd share one and commemorate this.
Mate, I'm hyped for this.
Ever so.
Yeah, I'm hyped for this. I've also
exciting.
done a quick Google on the difference in bourbon and
I'll
Scotch.
pour while you do that. Okay.
Yeah, you get pouring. So bourbon is produced in the United States. Is mainly made from corn mash. That's nice.
Thank
really
you.
Good sound effect.
Can I just clarify how much I should put in? Because okay, that much. Two fingers. Two fingers.
Couple of fingers. That is such poor taste. I'm glad most people only listen to the audio. Right, while Scotch is produced in Scotland and is typically made from iron brew. No, it's made from malted grains. So we got one's corn mash, one's malted grains. But I mean,
there we go. Well, there you go. I think. Sorry, cut you off.
Bourbon is considered easier to drink.
Yeah, which is what we're looking for, right? We're looking for, and you know me, man. I'm a little bit of a closet American. I like my American stuff, you know. So I'm always going to go with the more American flavors and stuff. So I feel like we can keep this here. It can be in studio, and whenever we have something we can
idea.
commemorate, then we can.
That's a.
I'll put it there. I'll put it there for now. We're probably going
to look like lads as well.
Probably going to have another one, aren't we? Let's be honest.
Definitely.
So I'm just going to.
Definitely.
I'll bring this over to Naomi and Doug.
Oh, well done. So it also says here, bourbon whiskey has a sweeter, more mellow flavour than Scotch, with notes of vanilla, oak, and caramel. I mean, in all my time trying to drink whiskey. Right, Austin.
That was probably off camera, but there was a violent spit and a
not a fan.
Nod of distrust.
Cheers.
Cheers to episode 100.
Well done,
Episode 100. Wow.
I'm intrigued.
Yeah, me too.
I mean,
that's fine.
Yes, it's actually nice.
I'm okay with that.
That is actually nice.
If that had one ice cube in, that would be the vibe. Yeah. I'm all right with that. That's nice. That's exactly what I expected it to be like. I didn't taste that candle, but next time I get a candle, I'll taste. It smells. It smells like the candle. It smells like the candle, dude.
Does it?
Yeah, I love that smell. That's like, that's what I imagine it's smelling like. Oh, this sounds crazy, but in the place where you should be drinking it, it should smell like that and smell like cigars and leather. Which, I mean, we have all of the things. Like, we've got the nice oak table, we've got the leather, leather.
Maybe we should get cigars.
Mate, I'm up for it. I know you walk a fine line with being an athlete and stuff, but I don't. So I'll happily do whatever we need to do in this vicinity.
On episode 100 to make it happen, yeah.
And I also bought a bag of mushrooms.
yeah, imagine. Right, derail quick, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it did. Thank you. Anyway.
I like that, and I can imagine myself drinking it more.
Yeah, well, I'm leaving it here, so
good.
If it's topped up with apple cider when I come back, we know what's going on.
Doing exactly this, and like...
That's nice. It sets a vibe, though, doesn't it? I think there's a little bit. And over the years, those sort of podcasts that I'm a fan of, like a Rogan or something like that, where it is just about the hangout, and I know we're creating that here, right? A little bit. We are creating that here, but I love that there's just stuff that we can, and it just sets the tone a little bit, man.
Stuff that we can drink.
Basically, basically stuff we can drink. So yeah, I just thought it'd be nice to have. When we do these evening ones, we can just hang out, have a few whiskeys, can't we, and stuff.
I like it. Yeah, so is this our first evening one?
I think it will be, won't it?
Maybe we.
We did one with pizza.
Yeah, we did.
We finished quite late, didn't we?
We did a late finish on pizza evening as well, didn't we?
Yeah. I feel like this is the one that we've set up as a bit more of a hang.
It's episode 100,
episode. Yeah,
it's got to be.
It's got to be a hang.
100 episodes is a lot. If you say every episode is an hour and a half average, would you say that's fair?
Yeah, I'd say so. An hour and a half, yeah.
Hour and a half, so
100,
a lot of episodes. 150 hours. Is that what it is?
100 times 90? If they're 90 minutes?
950? I feel like... Have we got Rain Man and Rain Woman over there?
I think so.
We've got smart people around us.
90. 100 times 90, 900. 900 hours.
Is it an hour and a half time?
100 times 90 is 9,000.
Is it, yeah? 9,000 hours of talking.
You're thinking 90 minutes.
Yeah.
So
yeah. That whiskey's really gone to my head.
No, I think it's 150 hours. 150 hours.
Is it? Either way. So yeah, anyway.
Well, at least no one knows.
No one knows.
But if
leave a
it's
comment below if you know how long we've been talking for.
150 hours is a lot, though, isn't it?
It is a lot, man.
I feel like I know you pretty well now. I've done because it's not only been 150 hours.
No.
But 150 hours of Ride Companion, that's good. Can we do a round of applause
Please.
for ourselves?
Yeah, man. I can't believe we.
Yeah, round of applause.
It's going to be interesting to think about. I mean, we've kind of go over this a lot because I think fair to say we maybe both can't believe that we do this more.
Yeah.
I certainly can't. But I think for me, it's probably been more of a journey because, and I'm not trying to take away from you, but like it's evolved a few times.
No, absolutely.
And then now it's ended up
and
drinking whiskey in a garage with you. Like it's changed so much.
And that's the thing that you started. What were you thinking when you started it? Just like what vibe did it have? Was it like a thing that you never thought was going to go anywhere, or was it a thing?
Yeah, man, that's a great question. It's something that I did think it had legs just because I was tuned into that landscape of podcasts and where they were, what was happening with them. Like a lot of these podcasts were blowing up and, becoming quite big. And I knew that if there was more people out there like me that enjoyed listening to that sort of stuff, then there was an audience. And it was just, and I guess going all the way back to the start, like there wasn't a mountain bike podcast. I don't think.
Yeah.
I've said that a lot and I'm fairly confident that there wasn't one. I think Ryan Leach had done one. Is it Ryan Leach, the Trials guy?
Yeah.
He'd done something, but I don't think it was a podcast. It was more of like a
how to track stand
audio version.
Like audio
just
book.
Silence, right? Just
Fucking
like
really
right foot
good.
forward, left foot forward, left foot forward, right.
And if you're on a long drive and you're looking for something to listen to, I can't recommend Ryan Leach How to Track Stand, the anthology.
Audio book.
Absolutely brilliant audio book. Yeah. It is really, really quite the riveting listen.
Yeah, I mean the podcast wasn't much better, dude.
So who was your first guest?
The first guest was Si from Kotick, owns Kotick Bikes.
Oh, there you go.
The weirdest thing was,
that's cool. First guest.
yeah, and it wasn't planned really, but it was like Kotick, even back then, 8 years ago, and still to this day, have a really loyal following, really engaged following.
Yeah.
Right. So the first episode came out, which was Si, and it did really well. Because they put their little machine behind it at the time, the social media, mail shop, website. So at the time, that did really good. And the first one, from what I remember, like I knew Si quite well, so we could just sit and riff and just chat. And that did really well. Then the couple after that bombed like real bad.
And were they both guests? Have you just always done it guests? Like
I've done I did a few solo ones on my own.
Yeah.
I daren't go back and listen to those.
Yeah.
There's a few solo ones though that
struggled to listen to myself full stop.
You did a solo one.
That long ago.
You did a solo one.
I did do a solo one, yeah.
That was a Ride Companion solo one.
About it, yeah. In terms of like, I think I've missed an episode and you've missed an episode.
Possibly, yeah. We've been accountable.
Pretty good, that.
But I think that's what it has to be, unfortunately, sometimes. Or fortunately. Yeah, you have to be regular. I think that's one thing that I went through this stage of listening to a lot of podcasts before starting one. And I knew that it's like, I was looking forward to certain days of the week.
Oh, mate.
Boom, it's this day. I want that podcast. Yeah. It was Tuesday, Thursday for Fighter and the Kid. It was Wednesday or whatever it was for a Rogan one. And I knew that you had to do it like that. So I started doing weekly. And then, like I say, it just started to grow from there, man. I mean, yeah, but I don't know if I ever had a idea where it would go or anything. I was just literally rolling with it. I mean, just before
you were interested in
just because I was interested. Right? Yeah, it wasn't like trying to turn it into a business. It was never that. Like that happened really organically, and I'm really glad it did because that happened as in a couple of companies just saw it and were like, "Oh, how do you do sponsorship?" And I was like, "I don't know. I have no idea." Wow, there is an audience there listening, and it's valuable as a product.
Yeah,
but never really thought about it like that. which is good, I think. Because I think when you don't set off to make something a business, you're doing it with anything in life, like as a passion project and because you want to do it and you enjoy it. And for me personally, with anything, whether it's a business or a podcast, I enjoy the growth of something rather than the financial aspect of it.
Yeah.
So that's what it always was for me. I just wanted to keep seeing it grow.
I've always so you just wanted to keep seeing it grow. So you knew it was going to go somewhere.
I mean,
I've always been so shit for that. I've always been so. I've never thought anything would ever go anywhere. I've been fine with it, but I've never had any faith, and it's something I've almost like learned to
interesting.
Be better at. To be like, yeah, well, if someone else can do it, I can do it. When I was younger, I was just like, I had that like mentality. It's like a trap. You just think, well, I can't do that. That's for other people.
That is a trap.
It is a trap, yeah. I was stuck in it for years, even as
it's a trap.
A pro rider. I was like, it's not going anywhere and all of that. So it's like...
Yeah. In theory with this, it took me like 2 years to start doing the podcast because I thought about it for 2 years and then I was like, nah.
Yeah.
Like, who am I to do that? Like, why would I do that? No one's going to listen to this. Yeah. Like, and I did that for probably 2 years of thinking about doing it.
Yeah.
And then finally bit the bullet. In fact, I'm lying to you, the very first episode, because you have to have audio up on the platform before you can make it live, if that makes. So you have to have something like a pilot. So the first pilot was just me talking about why I'm starting a podcast, and it was the creepiest thing, dude. I recorded it.
Still there?
No.
Got rid of it.
Oh yeah, I got roasted for that pretty hard.
Did you?
Yeah, because at the time I was like sending it to my 2 business partners at Hooky. I was like, "What do you think to this?" And then they were like, "You're a fucking douchebag." Really? Yeah. It was just me like, podcast changed my life and blah blah blah. It was only like 10 minutes, but thankfully that's gone forever. I really hope it is. And then it's gone from there, dude, and it's gone through iterations, it's gone through changes, but genuinely I really hope this is the last iteration and I hope it just continues like this because it's so fun. Yeah, and it's at a point where it's like, we've figured a lot out, I think, over the last few years.
Look forward to it. And
yeah. Like I say, it was like just before the pandemic, I was about to sign for a studio in Sheffield.
Yeah.
Well, an office space. And literally the week before the pandemic hit, I was in there, I'm looking around it, I'm planning it. And I did technically already have a bit of a studio in Sheffield, which I shared with Joe from Steel City Media. So I forgot about it actually, done some in-person podcasts.
Yeah.
With a few guests and stuff that came in, which was really nice. We just had 2 Chesterfield sofas set up and a little table, and I just had my little recorder on the table with some lapel mics, and that was it. But that was really good. I forgot about that actually. But anyway, I was about to sign for the studio, and then there was this murmur of this pandemic thing happening.
Yeah, wild day.
I think back to then, and I was like, and I said to the guy, I'm like, let me just hold off just for another couple of weeks before actually signing and moving into this place. I feel like there's a bit of uncertainty out there. Like we're hearing murmurs in our industry, like in the bike industry, of all this stuff happening overseas and in wherever, China and stuff. So then, I just didn't sign for it. And then probably a good thing, to be honest, because it was pushing it even for what the podcast was then with the sponsors that it had and stuff. It would have been like hard to make that pay.
Yeah.
Or even just like not be in debt every month. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's changed a lot, dude. It really has. I'm really grateful, really thankful for you and the lovely little team that we have here now.
Absolutely, likewise, dude. I remember when you first had me on, and you were always I much
bully you
like
after.
You, always loved podcasts, and it's not like I tell you what, it's not like I've always wanted a podcast, but I've always loved podcasts. So it's like I could always imagine doing a podcast, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And I'm not a fan of my
Would you have done it?
voice. Well, I don't know. I don't know if I would have.
I think there should be.
You were pushing me to do it way before this.
Yeah, I was telling you to do your own thing.
You should fucking do.
Yeah, definitely. Which I've done. I'm quite proud of that fact that I've done it with a few athletes that have started podcasts that I've helped set them up.
Whether I actually would have, I think. Do you know? I've got in my phone ones that I used to record me talking on my commute to Upgrade.
Oh right, like mic rides, but before.
Exactly that. Yeah.
Wow.
As a test, because I was like, after probably after we first talked, and I was like doing a lot of like miles just to go to DMR or whatever.
Yeah.
And so I just sometimes it'd just be me babbling on. I've probably still got them on my phone. I should find them. They'd be mental. They'll be just complete. If you leave me on my own talking.
Yeah, but that's like someone's got to do it. Like that is what creativity is, isn't it? It's about just doing it and putting it out there and seeing what happens. Like that's how I guess that's how podcast started. Someone was just like, "Why don't we just sit and chat shit?"
It's good for you,
and
as
we'll
well,
just
isn't it?
put it out and see what happens.
It's good for you. I think having that like time, like I quite like journey time for listening to podcasts and also just thinking.
Yeah.
I think
it was a major flip in my switch. Is that even a term? We'll use it. Flip in my switch.
It was a flip in your switch, dude.
That was a flip in my switch, was that I was spending so much time on the road driving.
Yeah.
But it wasn't the actual job I was enjoying, right? It wasn't the 4-hour drive to this bike shop. It was the time to sit and listen to stuff and learn.
Yeah.
And that was a major. I've never thought about it like that. But I'd get up in the morning looking forward to not the customer I was going to see, sorry, but like, or not the business that might be done or the whatever, or the ride. It was like, okay, I get to just sit in the van, nice van, with a podcast on and just like learn and listen and like be engaged in this conversation.
Yeah, totally.
Crazy to think that.
Hey,
that's like, that got me going to a break.
Davey, I feel tired.
Oh,
it's like the world's getting on top of me at the minute.
Is it?
I feel stressed. I feel like
ugly. Oh, sorry.
I do actually. Why'd you say? Yeah, I do. Anyway, I feel like little things like I feel like my nails. A bit. Yeah, I feel a bit
useless.
like someone's taken a saturation. They've just turned it down.
Yeah.
On life, on me.
Yeah.
Do you have any suggestions on how I can pick myself up out of this?
I do, mate. I've got a great suggestion for you, and it's one of the reasons I started taking AG1. Okay.
What's that?
Well, let me tell you a little bit about it, okay? So AG1 is a nutritional drink, okay? It's got 75 different vitamins, minerals, and whole food sourced ingredients.
Dude, that must take you so long to make if you have to get 75 different things, pipettes, little bits of powder.
Yeah, loads of different things.
Like leaves and stuff. How long does that take?
That must take forever, but thankfully, AG1 have done all that hard work for you. So all you have to do is just open your tub in the morning, put a scoop in, mix it with water. I like to go 50% water, scoop a little bit more water on top.
Okay, yeah.
Shake it up.
Yeah.
Straight down the neck, and you're covered, man. You got all your like vitamins and minerals, whole food sourced ingredients, and it's going to probably alleviate a little bit of that stress because it's nice to know that you've covered all of your nutritional bases before you head into the day. All right? Like you say, your nails are going to feel a little bit better. Your hair's going to start looking a little bit thicker. It probably can't make you better looking, but you can try. There's no harm.
I can try.
There's no harm in giving it a shot, mate.
Is it better? Is it good for your gut?
It's fantastic for your gut. Yeah,
that's what I need.
Yeah,
mine have been.
Exactly, mate. That little sicky feeling you feel all the time. Yeah, it's going to start going away. You're not going to feel as anxious. You're not going to feel as nervous.
Mate, is there anything that look? I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be that mate. But you got any sort of like codes or offers?
I got a little bit. I got something for you, mate. I got a little something for you. Yeah. So if a comprehensive solution is what you need,
it is.
Yeah. For your supplement routine, then try AG1 and get a free 1-year supply of vitamin D3.
That's so good because there's not much sun here and I've got the saturation turned down. That's so good.
Exactly. Okay. And then you're going to get 5 free travel packs as well. So when you travel loads. It's a super easy little pack. Rip it off, dump it in some water, give it a shake. Straight down your neck.
Where do I go and what do I do?
Okay, you're going to go to drinkag1.com/ridecompanion.
Okay.
That's drinkag1.com/ridecompanion and check it out. You go there, it's going to do all the work for you. It's going to give you your vitamin D. It's going to give you your travel packs. And you're going to get on with your life feeling better than what you do right now. Yeah, exactly. Better than this.
Anything can be better than this. Eh?
Exactly. Thanks, AG1.
Thanks, AG1.
That was a great one, that, wasn't it?
That was
the best one.
Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah, it was the best one. I'm glad we did that one. Great sponsor.
I'm glad as well.
All right.
We're still on
Let's get off the whiskey talk.
Yeah, get off the whiskey talk. I went for a stage of trying to fall off the chair when you told me, are we still in that batch of ads? Because I don't want to continue that, actually. It's like an idea that I liked at the time, and now I'm sort of off it.
It made sense at the time. It was kind of funny, and then
it was just funny.
Seeing it twice, you're like,
yeah, maybe we'll stop it.
Yeah, let's. All right, what should we talk about, man? We had a bunch of shit to catch up on.
Yeah, we've got
loads
to catch
up
on. It is a catch-up episode, and it's number 100. So I feel like we've covered the fact that we've done 100 episodes. People probably don't care. They don't want to hear more about on the 100.
Yeah, the origins of the podcast and stuff.
I wonder how many people How many people have listened to all of them?
Oh, we might have a guest in here that's done most of them. We might,
reckon,
yeah. No, to be honest, no. But like, no. But we'll go.
Nah, he's done
It's funny.
five.
Yeah, just pretends. Not to go back over it, but it has been interesting. Darren obviously is in the studio with us, who's a good friend of mine, sax colleague, whatever. I don't know what you are, someone. And he's been really like helpful with the whole thing, because there was times where I was like, I'm over it. I'm not going to do this anymore. And sometimes you need that little person, man, that's just going to be like, no, just keep going, keep grinding it out. It's really good. You've got something going on here, etc. So yeah, thank you.
You're welcome, mate.
It's our 100th episode. So
Congratulations.
No, it's cool.
It's
Appreciate
really
it.
impressive to see where you've come.
Garage. A garage.
Studio.
5 hours away. But yeah, we're somewhere.
Studio. 5 hours away.
Studio 5 hours away.
You're big
Not
time now,
bad.
travelling down to London, Big Smoke and recording now.
Yeah, definitely big guy, yeah. It's yeah, anyway. So
The travel budget got bigger anyway, didn't it?
travel budget's expanded exponentially over the last few months. Yeah,
Do you
really
do mileage
has.
or do you do pennies? I remember
Pennies.
when I found out that you do when you do the what's the one where you charge per mile?
Oh yeah, when
You
you
don't just
getting
do
paid.
fuel, you do
Yeah, you get paid. Oh yeah, what's that called?
it does wear and tear as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, so you get like
45p
15p.
a mile,
Yeah,
35p a mile.
45p a
What
mile.
is it now? The going
I
rate?
think 35p a mile.
Yeah.
35.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I
it's
just
like
thought-
for X amount of miles, then it drops down when you've done over 1,200 or something.
10,000.
10,000,
Yeah.
sorry, 10,000.
I
Yeah.
used to look forward. I used to look forward to it with DMR.
Yeah.
Driving up to Fort William, I'd be like, finally.
Get some new tyres on the way back. Yeah.
Yeah, it used to be a nice earner, nice bit of bunts.
Yeah, definitely. It could be. It
Bunsen
could be.
burner,
I'm with you.
yeah.
I'm with you. Yeah, I don't do it like that anymore because it's different when you work for a company, isn't it? It's very different because they're paying for it and it's not really coming out of your pocket. But definitely having your own company, you do notice it more when you're like, oh, it's going to be 50 quid to get there, or that's how I do it.
What do you reckon is the optimum size of a company before people start really
Oh, that's a great
taking
question.
a piss? There's got to be an optimal size, hasn't there?
Mm.
When people start
Yeah.
requesting this and that.
Yeah, that's really interesting. And I think keeping it as small as possible is something that personally I've developed and respected more over the years. Of like, bigger isn't always better.
Yeah.
Bigger is just more confusing, more shit going on, more staff, more anxiety, more stress. I feel like it's tough to put a number on it.
It is hard to put a number, isn't
Yeah.
it? What about
5 or 6.
staff?
Yeah,
Is that what you think? 5 or 6 members of
it's
staff?
perfect because you know them all really well. You can do like nice staff dinners where it doesn't cost you thousands of pounds to go out for food.
Yeah.
You can get to know everyone individually quite good, and yeah, I just think that's a nice company size that's like manageable.
See, I wonder what the most
I'd hate to be a company boss and you go to like the staff Christmas party or something and you don't know anyone there.
yeah.
That'd be the weirdest thing.
Okay.
I don't think
what's
I'd
the
like
most
that.
profitable company with 5 or 6? That'd be
Wow.
fascinating, dude.
Wow.
You know, like I'd love to know that.
There's a lot. Yeah, you're right. I think there's a lot that are. There's like literally one-man bands out there that are killing it.
Yeah.
I bet a lot of podcasts are 2 or 3 people. Like the big
Yeah,
ones.
true.
How many people works for
Yeah.
Rogan's thing?
Yeah. It's
Jamie, a couple more.
true. Yeah.
$100 million a year, every couple of years or something, that whatever he sells out for. Interesting to think. I don't think you need that many, to be lean and profitable.
Yeah. Certainly not in podcasts. Yeah, but I
No.
wonder with a product.
Yeah. I don't know.
Maybe less so now. Fulfillment house and with like.
True. That's true. Yeah. Especially now you can start offsetting stuff. You can start like using other people to do things. People like subcontract people. You don't have
Yeah.
to hire them. Because that's a scary thing, isn't it? When you start hiring people and you've got like wages and national insurance
I've
and
never done
pension.
any of that.
Same.
Any of that.
No.
Do you know that the only thing I've done was we had staff Christmas do for BSI. In
Oh, right.
Colombia after the race.
Did you? Yeah.
And all it meant was me and Christian paid for
Yeah.
dinners. But it was really fun. It was like we treated it as like a Christmas meal.
Yeah, we used to do that with my old company.
Yeah,
We did that.
do
We
it,
used to have
yeah.
a Christmas party. There's only 2 of us, but we'd go
Yeah.
out and just like buy everyone drinks and like hang out a little bit and stuff.
Have you ever worked for a company that's given you a company credit card?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, but I was too northern to use it.
So I worked. Well, first big company I got one, and I got given a company credit card. And it was like, oh, I mean, this was amazing, right? It just all goes on that. Like, you haven't even got to pay for it. I haven't even got to
Yeah.
put your own expenses through.
Yeah.
And I come for the rep meeting, and the guy goes to me, one of the other reps, it was the Irish guy. He goes, "Oh, you got your company credit card?" I was, "Yeah, yeah." you got to treat that thing like a target every month. Try and hit it.
That's the problem, isn't
And
it?
it was like that. And he says because the higher you put it, they just get used to it. So if it drops back down,
Yeah, it's
they'll
that
take more
question.
off you.
Yeah.
So like, get your budget up. You know, get the expenses through it. I was like, great.
I never used mine. I had one. It was like fuel and that was it. Like, obviously you could use it to take clients out, go for dinner, stay in hotels. I'd be like, nah, I'm driving home. Like, not going out for dinner with anyone. Never used it. Never, ever did it.
Soderstrom had a specialised one.
Did he? Yeah.
Quite trick. A picture of him and a specialised logo.
That's
on
dope.
it.
That's dope.
That is,
They run it
I think
up.
it was Soderstrom. I'm
They-
pretty sure.
they
Yeah,
run it
I
up.
remember seeing it. I don't know. He's quite a responsible.
Yeah, that's
guy,
true.
isn't he? I don't reckon he'd do anything bad, but
No.
yeah.
Wonder who else has got one out there. You know, I
Dunno
know
which-
that Joe, my mate, had like the syndicate one, was like to go and, buy food and do stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's kind of normal, I think, though, isn't it? It's for a race team. I bet Bernard's got a
team,
pivot one.
yeah. Yeah, I guess. Have you ever had a custom one with a picture on it? I think Deeks has one.
Oh, yeah, of course he does.
I think he does, yeah.
Oi, oi on it.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
Yeah, I can imagine.
He doesn't have a credit card.
No, that's
Deal.
all-
We don't. He's got
it's
long
cash.
pockets, short
Oh.
arms. Where you won't ever come out.
I've not got a credit card.
No.
My mum set up my bank account
Oh, this is so weird.
when I was 16.
Please.
And that's all I got.
Literally
So
one
that is
account,
so
Still, the only account you've ever had.
stupid. Yeah.
one bank account.
One bank account, yeah.
Always has been, right?
Yeah, that is really lame, isn't
Yeah.
it?
Savings account.
No. I don't
ISA?
understand
So
any
you
of
got
it.
ISA?
Like, honestly,
It's so gangster.
it makes me feel stupid because I just think of money as like, well, it doesn't matter if I file it in a different place. Like, why do I need to file it in different places? Why not?
It's in your mattress, isn't it? Hit
It's-
it.
Yeah, I don't even have a card. But I don't understand why, as far as I'm concerned, if money's coming in, it's all going in one pot anyway, regardless if you put it in loads of different.
Parts.
What do
I
the
thi- I
other
think-
pots do?
I think sometimes you get like probably more interest on one.
Is that what it is? Yeah. So I'm stupid. Yeah, I am
There's,
stupid.
there's growing pots, cash flow pots. Like
Yeah.
you don't just have one plant, right? If you want to
Make a garden.
you can make it exactly that.
You have one plant if you want to make a garden. I mean, that is the most.
Should we end here?
That's why I should have a credit card. Well, you don't. All right, yeah, you win.
Yeah. End of argument.
I was always amazed when I first tried to get a mortgage that you can have a credit score without a credit card, because I was just like,
Oh.
I'm not going to be able to buy a house, and then
Interested. Yeah. Well,
It's
yeah,
not-
I
it
thought
doesn't- I had
it's,
that
it's
100%
borrowing
or
money
whatever.
though, but you have a mortgage anyway on the other place,
I think
so
what
it's
it
like
was, I bought a computer from PC World, and they were like, I had cash in my hand, and they were like, yeah, you can do buy now, pay later. And I was thinking,
I got you a mortgage.
well, pretty much, because
Hmm.
I don't know what else did. I paid monthly gym payments. That went towards my credit score.
Yeah.
You know, like your Expedia in the UK, it's like Expedia, whatever it is, phone contract. Yeah,
Yeah.
phone contract.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I had 100%.
My dad did the same thing. So when my dad split up from my mum, like he went to buy a house, couldn't get one, because he didn't have a credit score, even though he had his own business. But everything was just like cash. He just didn't borrow anything. It's like kind of like how I grew up. Really, it's like if you can't afford it, you don't buy it. But there's a limit to that because you can't afford a house cash. I mean, some can, but I can't. Do you know what I mean?
I don't care about cash, but I don't want it to go away.
I like cash.
I also love it,
Yeah.
but like in my head, I never use it. I
Do you
don't
not?
have much of a use for it.
Yeah.
But like if it goes away, I hate the idea of just being like a robot with a GPS tracker going around spending money. Like everything you do,
That's
your
kind-
whereabouts is just.
Yeah.
And I don't really even care about that, but there's something
We went to
lost, isn't there?
we went to a charity event yesterday, a charity cricket game. Just random, but that was all cash, and I loved that. But I also hate the fact that that's what it had become. It's like, oh, we're doing something for charity, so we kind of can't declare it. It can't go through a business thing, and like I hate the fact that that's what cash is becoming, this thing to
Yeah.
avoid tax and stuff, which I can't, obviously it kind of is in a way, but like you said, I'm with you. I just hate that it'd just go away and it's just
Yeah, I
everything's trackable. You know what I mean? Like someone in theory could
Yeah.
look at the books of this charity cricket game and go, oh, that's what it did. they owe this much tax. It's like, that's not really the...
It's so interesting as well how different it is in every country. Like I've just come back from Germany and every single food store was cash only.
Yeah.
They only took euros. They wouldn't take anything else. And like one of them was like, oh, you can pay on PayPal.
Oh, right, yeah.
But that was it. And
Yeah.
it's so easy to have one of those card reader things now, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, yeah. Yeah.
I quite like that they're staying strong.
Yeah, I think more people need... I really make a conscious effort with cash, and we've spoke about this a million times, but like when I go to the supermarket, I always try and use the person, not the self-checkout.
Do you?
Yeah, because that's just taking someone else's job away.
Yeah.
In a way, right? They're just replacing people with machines. And then I always try and pay cash where I can, like especially with businesses like tradesmen and stuff like that. They always want cash. I really try. I really make a conscious effort of trying to use cash where I can.
I'm not a stoner, but I think about AI awful lot for someone who's not a stoner. I do. I think about AI a lot.
You know what, mate? Again, we've had a weekend. It's come up in conversation. Like we went on this long hike over the weekend, and you know, you're chatting for 5 hours with people, and AI came up a couple of times, and I thought of this interesting sort of analogy, but way of thinking about this. Of imagine 15 years ago, 20 years ago, whatever it was, when the internet started, and people were having these conversations of like, oh, have you seen this internet thing? You can go on there, you can ask it anything, you can make it do anything, and people were kind of naive. They didn't really realize what it would become and how it was going to take over our life. And I feel like that's what we're having with AI now. People are, it's like a murmur. It's like, have you used it? Have you used ChatGPT? Have you done this? Have you done that? I used it the other day to write a blog for our website. 2 minutes. Literally punched in a couple of things. 2 minutes later, I've got a whole blog post, copy, paste, done. And I hate that I used it. But
it was convenient.
Yeah.
It was good.
Yeah. Yeah, we asked someone else to write this article and they wanted X amount of pounds, or you punch in a couple of questions. I hate that I've done it, but like you punch in a couple of questions to Chat GPT, there it is. Copy paste, it's done. Read through it a couple of times.
Music. There's too many sci-fi movies where
It's happening.
The beginning of the end, though, isn't there?
It's happening. I think, I don't know how much you really thought about it and talked about it and stuff, but my girlfriend's company, they're using it a lot now to literally create teaching assets, drawings. You know, maybe drawings for kids to colour in or something like that, but it's not there yet. You know, they're drawing horse.
Yeah.
It's sort of drawing a horse with like 5 legs, 6 legs, something like that, 2 heads. Like it's not there yet, but
mistake, but
yeah, exactly. Yeah,
it's got dicks for the legs.
It's just got a dick for a leg. But you can see how in not that long that's going to be a thing where you can go on there and just type in, make me a lesson plan for year 6 for a year. Boom, done.
Do you think teachers are onto it yet, that they can tell the difference between AI
because
and
kids are, aren't they? Because
students,
students using it like crazy.
Do you remember when you could like copy and paste from the internet and put it in your essay?
Yeah.
When you started typing and you're like, this is amazing, I just do my homework like
so
quick.
true.
Imagine now just being able to press a button and it just does it.
Yeah, it's nuts. It's happening fast as well. That's the
teacher's
thing.
got to work it out, right? They've got to decipher whether or not
There's
it's
going to be a point. I don't know how they're going to be able to. I don't
No.
think there's going to be any way of differentiating between actually. But where does that leave us? Because there's one argument that says like, all right, but they're not going to use their writing skills in real life necessarily, or they can use Chat GPT in real life, like you have in your professional life.
Yeah.
But then there's also like, that's fucked. You're employing people that are just copied and pasted a robot thing.
But then is that just life?
I know.
Is that
how
what
it?
they do?
I know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like if it gets the product out, if it says what it's supposed to do. Like,
And going back to before the internet, you know, again, if you had someone who's a researcher, they'd be going through a library and getting books and stuff, and then all of a sudden they were just typing it into the internet, and boom, there it is.
And dude, I'm
Copy
sure
paste,
there's
it's
tree
like-
surgeons out there
Yeah.
that before the chainsaw was invented, they would just zzz, 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 to me,
Yeah,
you know, on
so
a big
true.
tree.
Yeah.
And then the chainsaw turned up, and they're like, "Fuck, that's new stupid shit. We're not touching
Yeah,
that
it's
shit.
using that.
That's pointless. That's like
not
it's
accurate.
robot. It's robot shit. It's
Yeah.
the start of Terminator chainsaw. We can't use it. It will take over the world."
Yeah.
And they carried on, zzz, 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 but then they went out of business. You know,
It's true. It's true, man.
like, is it just a tool? Is it all just? I don't think it is, because if a computer can work out at the speed it can work stuff out, it can quickly work out that we're infested with humans on this planet, and we need to get rid of them. That's what I that's my.
Is that
but
what?
then
Like,
if it buys us more time, we can go out and
for?
enjoy ourselves more.
yeah.
Imagine in the future we'd actually have to work less because we get so much done in less time.
Yes.
You know, like, so we're like, maybe we don't all work a five.
Well,
you know,
the
5-day
thing
week
is, it's
anymore.
like
we all
what-
just go to a 4-day week because like AI just like makes up the difference.
It's just interesting to think what humans look like if they've got more time, because a lot of people need that structure of work and life and, you know, creativity. It's like, what happens if we have more time? What does that look like? What do people do?
Yeah, I truly don't
Not
know.
everyone does the hobby, because some people don't have one. Not everyone's
Yeah.
out biking. They just like, look at the COVID thing was like interesting. You know, what happened? A lot of people had mental health problems.
Two
a lot
ways,
of,
isn't it? You either embrace it or you like it really ruins you.
yeah,
Isn't it?
exactly.
Like, I think
yeah.
that's what happened.
Yeah.
Isn't it? Like COVID, like when you chat to people and it's like they either like got fat, overweight, and didn't do anything, or other people were like, I'm out every
Frothing
day.
every
This
day
is,
for
like,
it.
Yeah, it's
amazing.
true. Yeah.
This is like my heaven, you know, like.
I think that's what it'd look like.
And
if we had the AI.
like a real, like a massive like diversion of people.
So if life was automated, you just. But it's
It's interesting, man. We're
Life
going to
is
go through some shit in the next 10
journey
years.
though, isn't it? And it's
It's
like
not 10 years though. I think it's gonna be quicker than that. Imagine the pace of like this
Yeah,
AI
it's
thing
true.
already. I mean, remember when Facebook started? It like took a bit of time, didn't it, before it like a couple of years before it kicked in.
yeah,
And
like
then
the
it,
Poke.
massive. Like,
Do you remember the
and
Poke?
now like
Poke.
stuff happens
Poke's
so
out
quick
there now.
like so quick.
Yeah, it did. I think when you've got people like Elon Musk and stuff saying that they should put the brakes on for a few years or for 6 months, I
That's
think he
scary.
said. That's scary
Really
because he knows what's going on, right? I feel like Elon's got a good grasp of what's going on out there with tech and stuff. And if he's saying like this chat GPT thing needs to just be put the brakes on for 6 months, let's figure out what it is, how it's working, if it's got, you know, leniencies one way or the other one, you know, because I guess in some ways it's kind of left or right, isn't it? It's never impartial. There's like all these things about if you ask it to you know, write a description for Donald Trump, it's really negative. If you ask it to do Joe Biden, it's really positive. There's all
Right.
those sort of like.
Well, I mean, it is regurgitating stuff that humans have created
Yes.
at this stage.
At the
this
yeah,
stage.
it's as far as I understand, it's scouring the internet
yeah,
and making.
and it's taking
an
an
answer.
average. But then even if you imagine like how different an average can look, like the different like what is it, mean, median, and mode averages, they bring out crazy different data, and that's
Yeah.
just the way you average it.
Yeah.
So if yeah, I mean, if a AI program is just averaging shit, then it's not necessarily right. Is
No,
it?
no.
Like a lot,
And
of
that's where
people-
humans will always win, right?
Yeah.
Because they'll be able to put more thought into stuff, more creative into stuff, probably look at more options. I don't know.
I've got a hunch about a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
It's all wrong, and I might write it on the internet. Doesn't mean it's right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know this podcast doesn't really cover biking topics very
No.
often, but just going bringing back to biking. Is any brand you think yet using AI to do like the geometry on bikes?
Very interesting.
imagine.
That's
You know,
a great
just punch all the
question.
numbers in and then just like
Yeah, what's the perfect?
what's the perfect?
Yeah.
But it
Headset angle.
would just be really because I mean, but again, it goes to the average because what bike sells the most? It wouldn't be taking like these crazy bikes, the bikes with the crazy extreme angles, because they'd be cut off. Those ones would be cut off, and most.
Yeah, but imagine like all the suspension data that they get on like actually how a bike performs, and you plug that in, you know, then to how a bike performs of that geometry, not like the averages of like how bikes are designed.
So,
Yeah.
it's not Focus Bikes, the brand I'm about to talk about,
Okay.
and I wish it was Focus Bikes. I just felt like I had to say Focus first.
Yeah. Well, I've got a t-shirt on, so we're okay.
I've got a t-shirt and I've got a bike behind me.
Yeah.
But Mondraker actually have like they are gathering data, I believe, on they're gathering suspension data from customers' bikes.
Interesting.
I think that's right. I think there's some feedback thing on Mondrakers. I'm going to look it up.
You look it up,
Yeah.
and after the ad break, we'll have the answer.
Exciting news. We have a sponsor of our show today, Caldera Lab. That's right. Say goodbye to the generic face wash on your counter because Caldera Lab is here to save the day when it comes to your skin. Backed by a leading clinical trial where 9 out of 10 men experience healthier and visibly improved skin, Caldera Lab has the tools to unlock your best first impression and confidence. Today, we have an exclusive offer for our audience so you can try for yourself why so many men trust Caldera Lab for their skincare needs. Use the code at calderalab.com for 20% off their best products. The code is coming later in the ad. You know what I mean?
Yeah, hold
I
on
like
to
I like to save it so you watch to the end.
Yeah,
That's
hold
how I
on
like
to your hats and glasses.
Yeah,
ladies
yeah,
and
yeah,
gentlemen.
yeah,
We're ready
yeah.
with the code.
Yeah.
All right, Ollie, skincare, mate. Give us a quick rundown. What's your skincare routine look like?
Until this point,
Yeah.
water.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'll be honest. I've been pretty much the same my entire life, but we're getting a little bit older now, right? We're both looking a bit more, where there's some more than others.
Yeah, you look better than me. And I'll admit, I'll own that.
Yeah.
I'm
not
interested.
even going to counter it. Like,
No.
You're right.
I'm interested to see if it actually does sort of like polyfill some of, but most of mine is from smiling, I think. See?
Oh, smiley creases. That's cute.
Yeah, isn't it? Yeah.
But if we can even them out,
Bit.
yeah,
Be
then,
good.
Then it's a win, isn't it? Okay.
Would be good.
But yeah, mate, I'm same as you, man. My skincare routine for the last 36 years has pretty much been water. I remember I once bought a cheap pot of moisturizer, and I think I still own it. To be honest, it's still in my cupboard at home.
Yeah.
So super excited that we've got a legit face cream sponsor, and I think most of our audience are going to be feeling a bit like us as well. You don't know where to start. Where do you start?
I don't know.
I don't know, but we're going to make it easy for people, man. We're going to help improve people's beauty.
Well, I'm excited because I want to go through some of this range actually, and just sort of because I need like tutorials almost. I need like instructions. What you meant to do, I didn't even know it was something that you're meant to do. So this is exciting.
It's news to me as well, mate. I'll be honest.
Absolutely. Right, Caldera Lab creates high-performance men's skincare products by combining pharmaceutical-grade science along with nature's purest and most potent ingredients.
And there's some stuff in this.
There is.
Best we don't go through it right now.
There's a lot of stuff in this.
Hit the website caldera.com and have a look at some of the ingredients. There's some wild stuff in
There
this
are.
stuff.
Yeah.
It can't not be good.
Yeah.
It's good.
Mushrooms, volcanic ash, you name it. It's in there.
Crazy. All right, so let's kick off their skincare selection. We have the Regimen Bundle, a twice-a-day routine to transform your skin. Inside this bundle, you'll find the Clean Slate, the Base Layer, and the Good. All right?
The Clean Slate is where you start your day. It's a balancing cleanser that uses gentle plant-based cleansing, leaving all skin types exceptionally refreshed.
Nice. Then you have the Base Layer, right? The Base Layer, a nutrient-dense, fortifying moisturizer that hydrates your skin and absorbs fast, leaving you with a matte finish so you can start your day confidently.
That's what you want.
Yeah.
I always wake up, I'm like matte. Glossy.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? I'm glossy.
Yeah.
I want to get some matte in my life. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
The Good is your go-to at night before bed and a clinically proven multifunctional serum that helps your skin look tighter, please, and smoother, please, as well as to help reduce visibility of wrinkles and fine lines.
Nice. As you age, you might notice more fine lines, wrinkles, and signs of aging. This is the opposite of what every guy wants. And the more you neglect your skin, the more visible this could become over time. It's time to take control of your skin with these easy steps. Ready to take your skin to the next level with Caldera Lab? Look no further than
the icon.
Oh, the icon.
Did you do that when you said icon? Because you wanted to be the icon?
Yeah, the icon. No,
Okay.
I did it to you.
Oh, you did to me. I'm the icon.
Yeah.
Okay, the rejuvenating eye serum is here to address the 3 most common skin concerns around the eye. Fine lines, check. Dark circles, check. And puffiness. Have I got puffiness?
All right, so committed to transparency, sustainability, and excellence, Caldera Lab is on a mission to better men's skincare around the world, priding itself on clean ingredients and doing right by their customers and the planet we live in. Caldera Lab is a certified B Corporation as well as a member of the 1% for the planet.
That's good, that is. That's what you want. That's what you want from your skincare.
Man, sure.
Through uncompromising craftsmanship, exceptional ingredients, and rigorous transparency, Caldera Lab is here to upgrade your skin and your confidence with it. Exactly. You know what I mean?
That's it, man. All right, let's hit them with an offer code because by now people are in. They've had a little think about it. They're fed up of maybe potentially looking a bit like a withered old nectarine and they want to look like a porcelain doll. So get 20% off with our code. The code is The Ride Companion. What is it?
It's The Ride Companion.
Should we do it into the mic?
It's The Ride Companion. Still getting used to the mic. Right?
At calderalab.com. That's 20% off at calderalab.com by using code The Ride Companion.
That's right. The Ride Companion.
Unlock your youthful glow and be ready for summer with Caldera Lab. Thanks, Caldera Lab.
Thanks, Caldera Lab. So basically, it's really, you can see how it's useful to an end user as well. It's not just like recording data,
Right.
and making future bikes better. It's actually like telling you how to set up your bike, so you can say like, I'm 70 kilos, and
right,
I'm an
yeah.
aggressive rider, and then it can take from
The pool of
exactly
suggestions.
So that's the idea of it. So it's called Mind, and it's smart telemetry system.
Okay, that's pretty interesting. To be fair, mate, someone's got to do it first. You know, whatever brand it is.
Yeah,
Someone's
so
gonna
that's
have a
just
crack.
data basically. So if
How,
that's
do you know how they submit that data? How are they getting it?
I don't know. I guess the app. It'll be the app, won't it? So you connect your bike to your phone. But
Put in your settings, and then they get all the settings of all the riders that have put in.
Yeah,
That'd be interesting, wouldn't it?
I like the idea of it going wrong.
yeah.
Like I get a great
Just getting
deal
booked over the bars every jump. Just like, this is wrong. Dude, this is not
if
right.
robots take over, I'm going down quick because I love watching a robot fail. I do. I love watching a drone smash into the floor. I love the idea that ChatGPT are going to design a really crap bike. I do. I love it. I love it. I want it to be. I'm team humans. Dude.
I'm team human all the way. I really am.
I'm getting shut down.
Cash humans, yeah, for sure. I'm team human.
Getting bitten by one of those Boston
And-
Dynamic dogs.
Yeah, definitely. And this is one of those mediums that can't go away. Like, people will always love a conversation. They'll love people and engaging with humans.
Robots won't. They'll listen to this dribble and they'll be like,
You'll make it their own.
insufficient data.
There's a few. I tell you what, I did see. Not to go on about it more. Sorry, Doug. But on AI, on Spotify, there is an AI Joe Rogan podcast where they've made episodes.
No.
So, for example, he's interviewing, I think it's someone he's never spoke to before. I don't know.
And it just makes that.
It's just making a conversation.
There you go.
There you go. Interesting.
Who knew?
All right, what we got on in the book?
Well,
Anything?
what should we talk? What do we want to talk about? Sort of like current topics, biking stuff, or do we talk about what we've been up to? That's basically
it.
I've got current topics. I've got Cairns. How do you say Cairns Crankworks?
Cairns, yeah. Cairns.
Cairns, is that how you say it? Cairns?
Yep.
Cairns.
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 Cairns Crankworks. I'll be honest, mate, I didn't catch a great deal of it. Obviously, I saw that Emil won again. I think that's 10. Is it 10 straight or something? No, 6 straight, 7 straight. I don't know. Either way, he's killing it out there. Our boy Tom Eistead unfortunately had a couple of diggers which sucked.
Yeah.
But I haven't managed to catch it all yet. We've been pretty hectic up north.
Yeah.
Fighting off sun rays.
Of course you have, yeah.
So, yeah. I didn't manage to catch
Nikolai
it.
broke his wrist. So we'll do a. Did you see that?
I didn't see that.
Oh, it looks rubbish as well. And
Oh, the hype man's out.
It was over that. There's sort of a feature where I find that interesting. We should talk to Chopper about it because where they have features that are on-offs and everyone's gapping the whole thing.
Yes.
And we've seen it.
That was the first feature on course too, right?
Yeah, that's right. And we saw it Lemoyne at the end of.
Yes, that was the
Joyride.
last feature on course.
Yeah. And like, it's so hard to judge stuff like that because in theory you could do a trick on and trick off and it'd be 2 tricks, or you do one big one. I'm quite a fan of the one big one.
I'm a fan of the one banger. I love when they were pedaling in from around the corner as well. It just looks so sick. Yeah.
But then if everyone does it, are you as much of a fan?
Interesting, yeah. And then
Why do you even have the bit in the middle?
but I like that though. I like that there's true. I like that there's options though, dude. I like that there is an option there because a lot of it isn't, as I guess every other feature on that course isn't much of an option. It is a jump or a whale tail or whatever it could be, burying a log, whatever. But like with that, there is an option to either send the whole thing. Yeah, it's a bit more like.
I didn't see if anyone.
For me, it's a bit more supercrossy. You can either hop on or off, or you can jump the whole thing. Or I like that. I like that. The fact that they were tricking it too. I saw someone front flip the whole thing. That was massive.
All sorts. I think I'd have to check. But I think Nikolai was cash rolling it.
Holy shit! That's so
I'll make
insane
that up.
at that
But
speed. Holy,
yeah, it's really high speed, but it
Holy.
it obviously it didn't go well for him. So
No.
healing vibes, but
yeah, healing vibes to
I
Nikolai.
just want to make sure that I didn't make that up.
I mean, that goes sort of back to what we were talking about. One of the worst podcasts of all time was the one I did with Nikolai Rogatkin.
Was it really?
Yeah, I lost the whole thing. We did it under a ramp at Crankworks and under one of the features, and it was really good. We had a great time, and then just total amateur move. We were stood at the wind, like literally into the wind, and then all you could hear was just like, yeah. It was really fun as well. It's a real shame. I'd love to get him in here one day. Like he's an
so
absolute
good.
G.
I'd love to see Rogatkin in the Surrey Hills. He's
Yeah.
been to our trails.
Has he ever been?
Yeah, he's been to our trails. He came and rode those. That was wicked to see because he's like, obviously you only ever see him riding like doing contest runs. That's really what you see of Nikolai. And basically his riding, like he is, he's a master of having this library of tricks that he does. And then he rode our jumps, and it was like they're just steep. They're steep trails, and you don't really do tricks on them as much. And it was so cool because it was like first run he was obviously not comfortable, and then you just watch him work it out. Like he's just so good at working out. Yeah. Because imagine how hard it is to work out those tricks, rotations and.
When something like Crankworks kicks off, right, and they get a few. How many days they get to ride it before the contest starts?
Dude, we'll have to get someone on. Because I honestly have no idea.
Who hits it first? Like, who does the first?
I remember when I was out at Crankworks Leger and watching it was super interesting to see that, because there's a few people, Nikolai would be one of them, that did like a couple of runs in the day. Like literally turn up, boom, couple of runs. Then there's other people that were literally on the course all day, just figuring it out. Yeah. But it was him, and I think Reader was that year as well. I think it was one of the years, but Reader might have won. But yeah, you barely saw the guy. Like he was not on course at all. He'd come out one run in the morning, done. And then, you know, someone else, I can't think of who, maybe Matt Jones, because I spoke to Matt a couple of times. It was like run after run after run, just figuring it out, trying stuff. But yeah, I guess it's just different approaches, man. I'm not even going to say it's not levels to the game. They're all super talented. But
because a lot of people who have, I've actually just got back from Winterberg again. And I was watching.
Please talk about that.
Pilg was out there. Pilg's obviously a master of contests, regardless of whether he's winning them now. He's done more than anyone realistically who's competing against. So he knows exactly how to put down a contest run. He knows that in his first run, he's going to put down something that he's really, really likely to complete. Yeah. And then the second run, he's going to add things onto that.
Right.
And I noticed it after watching him so many times, being at so many events, and even judging events that he's been in. You notice that it's like that's his structure or whatever.
Okay.
I'd love
to
bang
a safe one in first.
Bang a safe one in first, and he's got tricks. You know, like tricks like a tuck no hand flip.
Safe
is like to him, it's actually
just his bread
easy.
And butter.
So it's a filler.
Yeah.
But you know when he's doing something that he's not as comfortable with. So like I can actually. Probably just because I know him, I can watch and tell which bits he's like not as comfortable with. Like at Winterberg, he was doing a 3 Superman seat grab, which is like it's not something you see Pil do all the time.
Right.
Compare that to a tuck no hand flip. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
And you could tell that was more of a something that he was like thinking about.
Okay, interesting.
And then his last run, he tuck no handed, which again was like a addition to his first run.
I wonder how much he's practicing that stuff as well. Like, he doesn't do that many contests, does he?
Less now.
So yeah, way less now. He's rocking up and just.
I mean, what
doing these tricks.
Ride, though. You see him at Vanta. You see that was a clip. That is a clip that I'd love to. Did you see it? It was Matt Jones
helmet cam. Yeah,
dude, how cool is that?
So sick. Yeah, it was amazing to watch that.
Because they're not jumps that you trick.
No.
And then he's doing a full-on slopestyle run.
Run all the way through.
Yeah, on an enduro
Every
bike.
feature.
Was he on an enduro bike or a slope bike? I can't remember.
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure, but either way,
going back to
flat lips.
I love that I think he's found a real home with Canyon. I feel like he's blossomed since that a little bit more. Would you say? Is that fair? Like he's just become more of his own. I think he's got more options.
Dude, I tell you what, being at Winterberg, it's shocking how. Okay, first of all, Winterberg's massive, massive festival. 70,000 people over the 3 days. A lot of people. It's massive. Germany's mountain bike market is obviously very big, and this is the biggest festival.
Why don't they have many riders?
Who?
German riders. Like
They do. There's so many. The level is so high. There's not as many World Cup
riders,
no.
right? Like I can only think of a couple.
Yeah.
And these aren't like regular podium guys either, are they?
No, but I mean the level of riding is super high. They've got more now. They've got Trummer, I think and then they've got
Andreas Kolb.
Yeah, Kolb's Austrian, isn't he? Yeah, but Nina Hoffman, and then they've got like Texi in
I'll take that comment back.
No, but I know what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? Like the UK guys. Like I mean,
Yeah, we're breeding talent at the moment. It
We
seems
are,
like.
but we
But
always
do
have
you know
done,
what
right?
the
We always have
difference
done.
is? And this isn't. I haven't noticed this. This is what Even says. He says that Germans are less likely to get behind Germans. They're more likely to.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Whereas I think like in England we're very likely to get behind. Like even I'm not particularly patriotic or anything. But I go out to work, Dirt Masters and I can't wait for Pilg's run. I'm
Right.
rooting for Pilg because he's just like he represents. I don't know. I guess it is a bit of.
Yeah, a little bit of patriotism,
I guess it is a bit. Yeah.
but also, yeah,
Pilg, the
it's
Queen.
Pilg, innit?
Yeah,
It's just
same sort of
Pilg.
thing.
you can't not root for him. The guy's just
No,
like
it's true.
the Don, isn't he? Really, like everything he's doing for mountain biking as well. It's like it's
Yeah.
hard not to root for that. Everything,
But, I mean, German.
But the Germans. So what you're saying? The Germans wouldn't be like that with their own.
Not as much
version.
I mean, Sam Pilgrim in Germany is. It's like being around Justin Bieber.
Is it really? Yeah.
It's really, really difficult to be him. I mean, I actually struggle with it a bit.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like it's so full on, and it does. If everyone wants to stop and get a picture and stuff, that doesn't change how much you still need a poo. So if you need a poo, you're trying to get to where you're going and having a poo, and if he was having to have breaks in his camper. He has his mobile home there, and he has to just go in it and just stop because it's too much. It's like every step is a picture. It's cool
It's
to
a lot.
see,
It's a
and
lot.
it's also a lot. Yeah,
It's a lot. It's a lot.
Makes
I've been
you
around
feel
that a
bad
few times in my life, and it was really difficult to be around.
Yeah,
Yeah, my friend Ty Woofington, speedo rider, when he's in Poland, it's David Beckham. He is like the equivalent of David Beckham,
nuts, isn't it?
and it's
Imagine being David
everywhere
Beckham.
you go though. And I always think that. Imagine being that well known that wherever you go. I mean, Pilg's massive.
For 4 days in Winterberg.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But he can still go to the services on the M1 and no one will say anything.
Exactly.
Imagine walking in there as David Beckham. Every
Hellish, dude.
person is going to be like, and it must be
No wonder
awful.
they're nutters.
It must be
You need a big
awful.
house.
You need a you need a big, you need to buy an island. Yeah. I don't know, man. It's tough. It must be really difficult.
Do you know what must be even harder as well is like having friends around you or having like just day to day like normal stuff, being able to do normal stuff. Like what do? You just have no. It's so hard, bit.
They go out in disguises though, don't they?
Do you think?
Yeah, 100%. They want to pop down the shop. They just put on a hat and gloves and sunglasses.
I can just imagine Beckham with that like fake nose and the glasses.
Potato head. Who's the most famous person right now? Who'd be the hardest person to be just everyday life? Let's say in England.
Ed Sheeran.
Prince Harry.
Ed Sheeran.
You think?
Prince Harry.
Yeah, you think?
Yeah. Oh man, it must be murder, right?
I've got a good
Yeah,
one,
it
and
must
it's
be
my
tough.
watching this week.
Okay.
And it sort of covers this a little bit, and I didn't even mean to do that segue. That's how
That was a
natural
beautiful
and
segue. I'm
organic
kind of
it is.
hoping.
That's how
Yeah.
so I am a bit head in the sand, a bit mountain bikey, a bit stupid. Lewis Capaldi has a Netflix thing on. Have you seen that?
I have not.
I haven't.
It's like How I'm Feeling Now or something like that. Anyway, it's like being pushed out. It's like the top of the algorithm on Netflix for me anyway.
He's probably up there with people in the UK.
Exactly, yeah. So
Yeah.
he's and he is seemingly a very well-rounded, lovely bloke. I don't know if you've. I was aware of him only slightly, not through his music, but through his social media stuff.
Same.
Like, because he's very funny and he doesn't take himself seriously, and he's like self-deprecating and like, oh, he's just brilliant. I really like the guy, and seeing his rise to fame is, it's in this documentary is mental.
Really?
I mean, it's absolutely mental. I don't know how you do it from going like being a pub performer and then being on those stages is mind blowing to me.
Yeah.
And you watch the poor guy. He's basically got. There's so much pressure. His first album was such a massive hit that he became this cash. He became the golden goose. You know, he's supporting all of these people. His next album, the pressure to perform and to have this tour and have this product that he can sell, it drove him to a point. You see him, he looks like a crackhead during this. He has that sounds really bad, actually. I take that. No, maybe I don't. He's got Tourette's, and it's all anxiety-driven Tourette's, and the guy, he's twitching like crazy in
Really?
these like interviews. You feel so bad for him. And there were newspaper articles saying that he was like, yeah, so I don't feel bad about saying that because there were newspaper articles and like things on forums saying he was like, look how drugged up he is. He wasn't. He's just anxiety ridden and
Wow.
suffers from. He's like a twitchy guy anyway. I'm a bit of a twitchy guy. If I get stressed, I'm a bit twitchy and.
It's mad. That's the thing, right? The most creative people have like got the biggest anxieties. You're not not as a thing, but like generally, like, and it's sort of like it's a real like yin yang thing that they've got to fight with it because they've got this amazing talent, this super creativity that people just love and just want more and more and more of it, and yet it's that attention isn't what they want. Like they're just not ready for it. They don't want that. Like
just want to be creative.
They just want to be creative in their little hole and or in their little world, and like that's where they're at their best. And then suddenly you're like thrown into the limelight. It must be mad, right?
That must be awful.
Because these guys are like, I mean, he's been probably not performing, but he's been
on stage
honing his craft for like years, like for years and years and years, and then suddenly it goes mainstream, and then pop overnight. You're suddenly like.
Nothing can gear you up for that at all. Nothing can prepare you for it. Unless you've got like parents or something that's probably been through it and you've seen it as you've grown up. But even so, it's just like...
It's really interesting.
The pressure of it.
I'd really recommend watching it because you can see he's like... Interestingly, the performing aspect is not... It all became too much for him, but it's not like a specific thing. It's like the pressure. The pressure to keep on... like creating hits or whatever. That's what sort of he's like a physical representation of that like anxiety and stress that he's obviously feeling. And it's to the point he's got this like shoulder twitch, and they measured it, and he had like when he had his shirt off, he had one shoulder bigger than the other, you know. And this guy's like he's like good at, he loves songwriting and singing, and he's a very funny guy, and he's seemingly very well balanced and like.
Yeah,
it's like because obviously the way it works, right? They bring out an album, everyone loves it, the record company love it, and then they sign them up, don't they? For like, oh right, we want a multiple album deal, we want this many songs, these many albums in the next certain amount of years. Oh, and by the way, here's a massive paycheck.
Yeah.
So you're bound to take it, but then suddenly your job of creative stuff for just you becomes like you have to do it.
Yeah,
you know, like
true.
Imagine someone saying like, this jump right now, you got to bang out that trick now.
Yeah.
You know, if you're not feeling it
contest,
in a contest, and be like, right, you want that one now, and it's like if you're not feeling it, or it's a little bit, you're gonna.
It's mad though.
We all have off days.
Yeah.
You know, especially when you don't want to go on stage. I bet it's horrible. You don't want to go and perform in front of 50,000 people. You're not feeling it that day.
I find music
Anxiety
interesting,
is high.
right? I find music interesting. It kind of does apply to bikes and stuff as well, I guess, a bit. But like, if you really love something, the business aspect of music would be so weird, because it would be like, I don't know, you're trying to produce something that's basically mainstream and popular. It's not necessarily what you fell in love with music for, is it?
No.
Like, I don't feel like, let's say, Ed Sheeran or Lewis Capaldi, I don't know what they listened to growing up, whether it was just like Robbie Williams.
Yeah.
No, I don't know if they vibe to... I
Yeah.
feel like you listen to like... If you're really into music, I don't think you necessarily listen to pop music. Maybe I'm off on that. I would say pop music isn't the pinnacle of music creation, is it? Am I wrong?
Financially, it probably is. I don't know.
Yeah, but you don't listen to
no.
Like, if you're mega into music, if you're like you give your life to music,
I still I
don't know if you listen to like
it's a
I'm
weird
loving angels instead. And through it all, and you sit there and you're like, close your eyes
Carry
and
on.
vibe out.
That's quite good.
Please. Unbelievable. Yeah, it's a tough one.
It's mad though. So I watched the BBC Sounds, that Dundee show, right? It was on this weekend, big weekend. And 1975 come on, and I just like a bit of live music, and they're cool, right? They were like on point right now, aren't they? The biggest, one of the biggest pop band. I was like, where are these guys from and like come from? They've been around 20 years.
Wow.
20 years they've been grinding as a band, and now it's suddenly like popped. And I don't know whether the tracks that they produce now are like the ones that they had back in the day, or they were their first tracks, but like that's what happens, right? Those tracks become like they've been around for ages, and then suddenly at the right time, as soon as the BBC pick up on it, it goes mainstream, and then suddenly it's like boom, you're away,
And then you make money. Like, can we start with clapping? Do you know why we're clapping?
No.
Because we've got a new friend. The companionship has a new friend, and I love it when we get new
man.
friends, especially as useful as
Peak Supps.
Peak Supps, that's right.
Stoked to bring these guys on board, and a super organic way of bringing them on board too, which I love.
Yeah.
Like these guys reached out a while ago. I spoke on the podcast a bit back about having some knee issues.
Yeah.
They just reached out, were really friendly, and said, "Can we just send you some stuff to try?" Stuff comes through the post. Try it, love it, get chatting. Next thing we know, how about we build our own little TRC bundle for making it super easy to sort of like supplement, optimize, and make biking better.
Yeah, absolutely. And like, it is difficult to know what to take and why you're taking it.
So much stuff.
Our bundle just removes that
Yeah.
and hopefully optimizes you.
Exactly. All right. So our ride companion bundle,
Yeah.
biking bundle, cycling bundle,
Companionship bundle.
companionship
Yeah.
bundle. Let's go with that. All right. You're going to get an Activate pre-workout. This is your pre-ride drink. Okay.
Yeah, it
It's
sets
gonna
you
get
off
you
for
going.
one, doesn't
It's
it?
gonna
Gets
get
those
you
legs
going.
moving. Gets those legs moving.
It's going to get you going.
What's next? What
Okay.
would you say is next in the ride?
And then you got your tricarb powder. 3 different types of sugars, all break down at different times and levels, which means you're going to get a sustained energy throughout the ride.
All day.
All day. You
All day. No
more
lag.
biking.
It stops cafe legs, I've found.
There you
Stops
go.
cafe legs. There you go, yeah.
More biking. We're also throwing in a tube of electrolytes, lime and mint flavour.
Lime
Best
mint.
flavour.
Yeah, it's lovely, isn't it? It's like a mojito.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like a mojito,
mid-ride mojito without the alcohol. No alcohol.
No.
Just want to clarify it's alcohol-free.
but- and then you've also got the whey protein powder in there as well. This is for your post-ride recovery.
And that is the sole reason you're looking so jacked.
Exactly.
And
that.
I'm feeling so intimidated.
Inadequate, some might say.
Inadequate, exactly.
Okay, so we've got that. And then we're also going to throw in a shaker because
Shaker.
you're going to have a shaker.
A sticker pack.
The sticker pack, mate. People have been asking about the sticker pack. The only way you can get the sticker pack
Yeah.
is to get this bundle.
Right. Often with these offers, we just go through the percentages. I'm not really very numbersy, so I think like going through the prices would be better for the bundle.
Yeah.
Can we do that?
Yeah, we can do that.
So
real quick.
individually priced, if you bought all of these separately on the site, what's the cost?
It's going to be over £70, mate.
Well, that's all right, actually. That's not as bad
Still a
as I
good
thought.
price, but it's going to
Still
be
a
over
good
£70, yeah.
Yeah.
But then if you go online, you build the bundle. Okay?
Yeah.
That's going to knock you a little bit off. You're going to bring it down to £60.73, around there.
Oh, I tell you what, that's a great
It's not
price.
bad.
No,
But
that's
then-
good.
Wait, then you're going to add the Ride Companion discount code, all right?
Yeah.
Which is going to knock you another 10% off.
How
Mate,
much is that then?
It's gonna
Another
bring it-
10?
Yeah, another 10. So that's going to bring it down to £53.99p for that whole bundle, plus the sticker pack.
Oh, I just fell off. Dude.
Yeah, I see.
Actually
It'll get
fell
you.
off my chair. Oh, sorry.
It's okay.
Sorry, I knocked the mic. Yeah, I just fell off the chair, dude.
It'll do it to you. I'm telling you.
What's the code? Get me on the site.
Okay, you get on the site. Okay, you're going to head to peaksupps.com. What is it?
Peaksups.com.
Yeah, you're going to enter the code The Ride Companion,
Is that the ride companion?
all lowercase.
Lowercase, okay.
It's going to knock you 10% off. Not just the bundle, anything and everything on site. Don't get any better than this, does
Why
it?
wouldn't you do it?
Now, I'm going to say it again just to reiterate the message because
Yeah.
it's so good. Peaksupps.com,
Yeah.
The Ride Companion, lowercase.
Yeah.
10% off anything and everything on site, right?
Yeah.
And free shipping.
Free shipping.
God, the
Come
gift
on.
that keeps on giving this
Hey.
podcast.
Hey, let's make your next ride better with Peaksups.
So we asked people, this is episode 100, and I guess it's still kind of confusing as to what's been a Ride Companion episode, what's been a Lockdown Companion
Yeah,
episode.
true.
There was a few Where's Ollys in there as well. We've been doing this
That was a
for
clanger, wasn't it? Where's Ollie?
yeah, great artwork though.
Great artwork, but it was just
The
too
premise
far between.
was-
Was it like
Premise was
Monthly.
fantastic. Yeah, it's monthly. Premise was
Monthly's no good.
amazing. It just didn't work, did it?
if you do it monthly? Imagine
also
how
I
much
became a
catching
bit-
up there is.
Yeah, it was too much.
Yeah.
And you'd be in some faraway country with no internet, and we'd be like,
Exactly.
"It's just going to be a
Hello?
struggle."
Hello? Half the time, didn't you even know where Ollie was?
I had no idea. A lot of the time, we'd be like, "Where are you, dude? Are we going to record or what? What's going on?"
go. There you go. Okay, so this is Ride Companion highlights.
Yeah. Have you got it or not? Or do you want me to do it?
No, I'm hyped for it. I'll get it up.
If we both just do one or two, and then we can just keep going. So we asked people what are their highlights from the last 100 episodes, and we got from Loud and Low when Ollie said that he hates Strava and Surons, and then he put, "I felt that 100%."
Nice.
Surons I've heard there's a Suron kicking around the Surrey Hills that someone bought though.
There is.
That's tough. Has he been? Well, we can ask him about it. Or we will have asked him.
We
about
will have
it.
already asked
We'll have
about
asked
it.
him about
Yeah,
that last
Brendog
episode.
Suron. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
They're tough.
I'm glad that
The Sauron thing for me, hasn't changed much, but when you see, I think it's Cade riding one, it looks good.
And that Talon kid.
Like,
the thing is, the hate for them doesn't come from thinking they're not fun. It's like talking about crack cocaine, isn't it? I have no doubt that it's not a good night, but it's not for me. You know? And like, give me enough money and enough land.
Yeah, that's what you need. You need
crack
4 or
cocaine.
5 of them.
Suron. Yeah. Surons,
Coke party. You need 4 or 5 of them, and you need some land.
If I was
and it needs to be not involving the general public, not involving other people's
If I was
trails.
Lewis Biscotti, I would have 10 Biscaldi.
Capaldi.
Yeah.
Capaldi.
Yeah.
Close.
I would have 10 for me and my mates.
Yeah.
Bomb around.
100%.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. What else we got?
Right. We've got Davy's crash at FR3.
Freedom Ride 3.
Not because Davy crashed should be put into the intro. What's that?
That's probably my crash at Freedom Ride 3, which was my little...
I remember.
Went over the berm, front wheel took, head full of dust.
I suppose that is a moment.
I suppose we haven't talked about Freedom Ride, but we'll do that on another episode.
Yeah, do it on another.
What else we got? Not the real Rob Warner. Forest of Dean Christmas Ride was a corker.
Wow, he's not the only one who said it as well. Yeah, Christmas rides are big.
People love the Christmas rides.
It was good,
They were
actually.
fun.
Do you know what the Christmas? It kind of goes back to like size-wise. It was so few people, so it's very intimate.
Oh, the
experience.
first one at Forest of Dean?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was actually. It was
Wasn't
intimate.
it?
Yeah. There was probably 10, 15 people or something.
Yeah.
Probably 20.
We've
Something
got
like that.
we've got a 12-person event coming up, actually, haven't we?
Yeah, we have.
More on that soon.
More on that.
Okay.
soon.
Drunk Santa. Was that? No, that was lockdown.
That was a lockdown.
That was lockdown.
That was a mistake.
It
That was funny, but
was funny.
that was expensive.
What about
Oh, it was well worth it. I mean, it was amazing.
was it? How much was it?
It's like, I think in the end it was 350 quid.
No, man. To get the bloke on that bloke.
Yeah.
Wonder what he's doing now. He's probably in a
Because the
yacht.
way he-
350 quid.
Yeah, because the way he priced it, oh
Shit
god,
yacht,
it was
but-
hilarious. So
How
he
did,
was
how did you find him?
on Fiverr, I think, or something like that. So what he was
Grinder,
doing,
what?
Grindr. He was on Grindr. So what he was doing was he was charging X amount of money for a 2 or 3 minute video. So when I said to him, we'd need you for about an hour, he literally used that pricing model and was like, well, that'd be 50 of these. And it was pretty expensive. Yeah, it was about in the end, it came down to about 300. It was way more to start, but in the end, it was 350 quid.
Goodness.
Don't forget that guy was actually an actor. Like he was a legitimate actor.
Drunk actor.
Drunk
That's his
actor. Like
speciality.
a legitimate actor living in Hollywood somewhere.
Wow, there you go.
He's done a bunch of movies since.
Has he?
Yeah, I ended
As
up
Drunk Santa?
No,
No,
as
okay.
a actor. I ended
Oh,
up
cool. So he's
friends with him on
successful.
Facebook.
Oh, there you go.
Well,
Good.
He is after hours.
I think he's got to make a comeback.
He fucking hasn't. Maybe.
We got the Clay Porter episode from Christopher Bounds. He really enjoyed that one. That's good. I like
Yeah.
it when someone says a current thing.
That was a
You know,
good
if-
episode.
If
to be
all
fair.
of the good ones were ages
Struggling a little
ago.
bit on the tube with it, so if you haven't watched it now, please go back and watch it because there is we spoke about it midweek, but there's this whole theory around good weeks, sunny weeks, and that content doesn't do as good.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Because it's sunny and people aren't watching YouTube or doing stuff like that.
Yeah, lock yourself inside.
Yeah, go
Hey.
indoors.
Yeah,
fan
stop
on.
doing stop what you're doing right now.
Put a fan on. Go watch
Outside.
Clay Porter episode. It's
Put
banging.
the fan on. There's no Get some Watsits. Put the fan on, dude. You know what I mean? What are you doing with your life? Why are you outside?
Yeah. Pour a
Sucks
Buffalo
out there
Trace.
anyway.
Hang out.
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay. What else we got after you?
Boiler talk from T Ferg. He liked me talking about my Worcester boiler.
If you
Clearly,
enjoyed that episode, you probably love this one.
AI. What have we talked about? Whiskey bit. He liked boiler talk, so there we go. We
There you
need
go.
to do a bit of a catch up on houses soon. We'll do that in maybe the previous episode.
Yeah.
God, it gets confusing.
It does.
Next one, the Stone Dog story is
That was-
top 3.
That was top 3 for me.
That was.
It was actually even better because you did it on your own.
Yeah, that was when
That was
you
a
were
solo
hurt,
one,
wasn't it?
Yeah, that was a solo one. You did the.
Did you watch? Did you listen to the solo one?
Yeah,
Well, you had a bit
it
of
was
time.
a
then, didn't you?
nightmare. Honestly, it was a nightmare because I had broken ribs.
A lot.
I couldn't watch it because I was laughing too hard. So I had to keep
Just
skipping
listening
through it.
to me, just
No,
struggling on my
genuinely,
own.
dude. I remember trying to edit because back then I was still editing them.
Yeah, of course
Right?
you
So
were,
you
yeah.
did the episode on your own. I was fucking beat up. I got
There
a load
wasn't
of
video,
broken
was
ribs.
there?
Yeah.
Was the video?
Yeah. So I got a load of broken ribs, and I'm trying to edit
Oh,
this thing, and I
no.
couldn't because I was laughing so hard, and it was hurting.
Oh,
I was just like
no.
skipping through it, just like, oh, this will be okay. Like editing. Oh, it was a nightmare. That was the worst. At Dazzler, there's too many. Scenic poo tales are good. So are lunch and learns. Also, you guys are just bloody.
Oh,
great.
that's really nice. We haven't done a lunch and learn. Oh, did we? No, we did a lunch and learn quite recently, didn't we?
Hopefully, we've done one in here yet.
Didn't we? Didn't we do one with Henry? No, maybe not.
Ooh, no, maybe we didn't.
No, we didn't.
No.
We need to do a lunch and learn. We'll get back on it.
Yep.
The chicken. You've skipped the chicken story. Stands out the most. Why did you skip that? Out of
That
interest,
was a
Davey?
lockdown one. Move
Okay,
on.
Got away with that.
Oh dear.
Ollie's surfing trip in Madeira made me howl. So it's sort of like, as a general theme, it seems to be our failure makes people.
I'm happy to go out and fail more for content.
Yeah, why
I
not?
really am.
Yeah,
I'm way
absolutely,
stoked
yeah.
for it. George's got to be moving into the new studio. You've come so far. More things to come in the future.
Oh, nice
Thank
one.
you,
That's
George.
nice.
Yeah, very nice.
Tiny Seagrave interview and listener questions.
Listener
From,
questions
from
are
Ribbon
always
Robin.
good. Listener questions are always good, to be fair.
Now, always brilliant. I always look forward to them as well. It's like dessert for me. The rest of it's just all savoury, and
Yeah.
then we get to the listener questions. It's like dessert.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. There you go.
Okay. We got more Deke's feet confession. That's a personal one for me. That's a personal favourite for me actually.
One of my highlights.
It's
as
so
well.
unbelievable, wasn't it?
And it came so like beautifully organic. It was not really pushed
was
that
real.
hard. It just like he just said
That
it.
was real.
And sometimes you think, does he not know like that this has been recorded? Or what?
Unbelievable.
Yeah,
He,
looking for.
he probably opened up on that. He felt
He-
very
he
comfortable.
really
He was in
did.
nice surroundings,
He did.
and you got
He
everything.
did a
out
great
of it.
way. Whatever
Yeah.
it was you gave him to loosen him up,
It was
it
good.
worked pretty good. I'm looking forward to an upcoming one with Deke soon.
We've got him coming. It's going to be exciting. His
gonna
next
be-
one. His next one is exciting. It's all of it's exciting.
It's all exciting. Let's. Oh, hang on. That one's funny. T4 Broski, the attempt of setting people up on dates. That was hilarious.
That was unreal. Do you ever see that?
When we tried to set people up
It
on
was
dates.
unbelievable.
Funniest thing. We got 2 submissions. One was a
Rapper.
rapper.
One was asbestos. I hope they're both still listening, and I hope they're both. That'd be a great feature. Maybe we finish on that. Should we finish on that?
See where they're at.
I would like to reach out to the previous 2 dating contestants, the rapper and the asbestos guy, and just see where they're at romantically now. Or is it? I like to think that they've both.
Where
settled
did
down.
it finish off? Where we left the where did the story get left?
We couldn't find.
We failed. We failed.
Yeah, we failed.
They
Did they
did.
meet- did
They
they
did
meet up?
great.
Did
They
they
did
meet
great
up?
videos.
No, wrong. No, so they submitted videos for
Dude, they
us to
did
try and find them a
rapping.
date within the
They
companionship.
did rapping.
of
They did
the ladies in
asbestos.
this.
What more do you want as a girl? Why would you not? You know what I mean? We provided
We
2
provided.
stallions.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we'll find out. We'll find out.
Yeah, more on next episode, I reckon.
More on the
Let's
next episode. It's
come
been
back to
great. I've enjoyed every 100 of these episodes. Well
it.
done.
Appreciate you.
Thanks
you.
for listening.
Thank you, everyone. I appreciate
Thanks
you
for
as
joining us, Darren. Thanks so much. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Like and subscribe.
Peace and love.
Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe. That was the best episode we've ever done.
So good.
Wasn't it?
Yeah, how are you not going to want to hit like and subscribe after that?
I don't know how you
How?
could do it. I don't know. I mean, maybe they could watch the last video over your way.
Yeah, or
Above
you
it-
can
above
watch
you.
a clip that we think you might like. Either
Who-
way.
Who
hit
knows
like,
where it is?
hit
Yeah.
subscribe.
Yeah.
Drop a comment. Job's a good one.
Thanks for watching The Ride Companion.